The whole point of me going live in this group today is I want to answer the number one question that I had in this Facebook group. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, it's easy. If you're not watching on Facebook, maybe you're watching on the recorded version of this on YouTube. Airbnb Masterminds is our group. And we get questions all the time. And so what I decided I want to do is every week I want to ask and answer the best question that was posted in the group. Aaron Nash had the best question. So let's go ahead and share. You should see now Aaron's question. It was, hi all, looking for a little guidance. Me and two of my business partners are set up or have set up an LLC based in Arizona to do short-term rentals through Airbnb. Thus far, it's been a lot of searches through rental sites, apps, but haven't secured the first lease yet. If there are any tips anyone can share with first timers, that would be greatly appreciated. And yes, Aaron, we can definitely share some tips with you today. By the way, if you're all watching here on this live video and you have some backup questions, please feel free to ask them. I'm going to be going live for about the next 10 minutes answering Aaron's question. Now, we don't have some of the specifics of this question. Aaron, if you happen to be on this and you want to ask some of these or answer some of these specifics, I would love to be able to do that. But, let's first of all assume that you're doing all the right things. You're just getting no's. Okay. Which, no offense, probably is not what the situation is. Probably it's not that you're doing something wrong. It's just maybe you're not doing some things that you don't know you should be doing. So let's assume you're doing everything right. You're meeting with these landlords. You're giving the perfect pitch. You're just getting no's. And that's where a lot of us go. Let me just set the stage and set the precedence really quickly for you here, Aaron, and anyone that's having this problem. This is a numbers game. If you are meeting with landlords at a rate of 5 per week, that means you're going to meet with about 20 landlords at the end of the month, which means you should get 1, maybe 2 units under contract. So if you're sitting there saying, well, we've only met with 3 landlords, and maybe that's why you've gotten a no. But anyway, we'll get into that in a second. So let's assume you are meeting with at least 5 per week. I actually suggest doing 10 per week, but at least 5 per week, and you're still getting no's. Here's one really easy thing that you can do. Go to Airbnb, search for the location. So what we're going to do, I'm going to actually use Aaron's location. He said he's going to Phoenix. So I'm going to go and type in Phoenix. Oops, not Phoenix, Phoenix. There we go. I'm not going to set the dates. And by the way, guys, this one I'm about to show you is usually what I only share with my paid students. Okay. So this is gold. Get ready. Don't share any of the check-in dates, checkout dates, none of the guests, just location. Click on search. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to select 2 different things. By the way, here's 2 of my places right here. Type of place is going to be entire place. And then more filters, we're going to go to apartments. Yes, you can actually search for apartments on Airbnb. How about that? So we now have all of these apartments that just popped up in Phoenix. What I'm looking for is a cluster. If I find a cluster, I likely have found an apartment complex that is allowing Airbnb. And if you notice right here, we're seeing a cluster ourselves right next to the Biltmore. And by the way, I used to live in Phoenix. We actually have a property management company in Phoenix. I love Phoenix for Airbnb. And yeah, here we go. This is definitely a cluster. So what am I going to do with this cluster? Well, first of all, I'm going to select one of these and let's just see. Let's just pick this one. Sometimes in the description, it'll literally say the name of the apartment complex. Landing, I don't know if that's the name of it. It seems that is on the bottom. Oh, Landing is the name of, okay, hosted by Landing. So this person's doing a good job of marketing. That's great. When you arrive, yada, 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 we're looking for the name of the complex. Is the name of the complex here? I'm not seeing a name of the complex. Here, before you live with Landing, additionally. Okay, so there's no name. Wait, let's see. Apartment in Phoenix, Biltmore at Camelback. That might be it. every element exists for you. So possibly it. Let's click on one more, see if we can find out something. So this guy Landing. Oh, okay. So Landing owns a few of them in here. So let's try this guy instead. Again, we're trying to find the name of the complex. At Wanderjaunt. That might be the Wayne by Wanderjaunt. Yeah. Okay. Not seeing a name of the complex here either. All right. So we're going to have to do it the hard way. The hard way is actually still not very hard. What we're going to do is we're going to go back here and we're going to say, okay, it's on the corner of Camelback and 24th Street. Well, I happen to have a map of Arizona right here. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to the map and I'm going to say, okay, we're going towards the Biltmore. It was 24th and Camelback. And there we go right there. So if we zoom in, there might already be Biltmore at Camelback Apartments. How about that? And if it didn't show up here, then what we would just do is search right here, apartments, and it would show us all the apartments in this area. So Biltmore at Camelback Apartments, boom, click on this. And now you have a phone number that you can call these people and say, hey, do you allow for short-term rentals? Do you allow for corporate leases, yada, yada. I'm not going to give the pitch today, guys, but that is a very simple way to go and try to find more yeses, because if we can go to the place that we know is already allowing it, we're probably going to get a yes, or at least an open conversation. Okay, so that's the first thing. Let me go to the live video here. Is anyone watching? Has anyone given me some feedback? Do you like that answer? Let's see here. I want to make sure that I'm not missing any questions. Okay. Ash says morning. Good morning, Ash. All right. If you have any questions, make sure you're posting. If you like that, throw up a love, a like on the video. If you just had an aha moment, say aha. Love to be able to hear from you guys and see that this is something that's actually helping out. The next thing though, let's talk about for a second in regards to assuming that Aaron isn't doing everything the right way. Okay. So that's a very simple way to streamline the research. But what I find when I talk to most people is that they're missing out on a couple really key things. And the main key thing that usually is not happening is in-person conversations. So an in-person conversation typically is the only missing piece. And Dominique says, Dominic says amazing information. Cameron, great answer. Thanks. Awesome. What's up, Cameron? Okay. So with that being said, let me give you a story. One of my students, his name is Shagan. He was trying to do this for 4 months on his own. Even when he started working with me, he was still doing the same things, and those same issues, the same things that weren't producing results, were basically blast emails, phone calls, and just cold marketing without a face to put to the whole thing. So when Shagan finally did what I told him to do, what my course tells him to do, what every other student of mine that's getting great results is doing, and that is go to them in person. And he perfected the script. He knew how to tackle all the tough questions, and he did all that in person. It made all the difference. He got his first unit in 3 weeks. I believe he just got his second unit recently after doing this for a couple months. And he is off and rolling, but it was 7 months of frustration followed by 3 weeks of, oh my gosh, all I had to do was meet in person. It was the same message, but just I had to do it in person. But the other part is get practice and perfect that script, perfect that pitch. It's not as simple as going up to a landlord and saying, hey, I'd like to Airbnb your place. Can I do that? And you're going to get no's all the time. There's no one person that is, even these people that are allowing it probably are going to be like, well, wait, let's talk about what you're doing. How are you doing Airbnb? They're going to probably ask some additional questions. So I would not start there. I'm not going to tell you where to go on all that. I'm just telling you what not to do right now. But the more people you talk to, the better you're going to get at this. And for that reason, just get practice and practice and practice. Literally, like just walk into an apartment complex. You don't even have to set up an appointment. Just walk in. Hey, do you have any 1-bedroom, 1-baths available for a corporate lease? Great way to start the conversation. So that's another way. And then it's a numbers game, guys. I'm telling you right now, that's the biggest issue I hear with people is I'm getting so many no's. Well, so many is typically I ask how many of you met with in person. The answer is somewhere in the neighborhood of 0 to 5. That's not enough. I'll give you another story. One of my other students took them 50 meetings to get their first one. Now today they have 6 or 7 units, but it took them 50 to get their first. Now that is frustrating, right? But they trusted the process. They did it. They kept on going. They kept on going. They got a little bit better every single time. It's like shooting that basketball. It's taking those swings. It's throwing that football. Every single time you do it, you get a little bit better. The only difference here is that we're trying to tackle tough questions. That's the toughest part about this. Well, how do you know you're not having drug dealers coming in here? How do you know they're not going to have a party? How do you know they're not going to destroy the place? How do you know they don't have a criminal background? All this stuff. Tough questions that come around, you got to be in a position to be able to answer them, or at least get better every single time at answering them. So in short, streamline your community or your research and make sure that you're meeting in person to perfect that pitch. Just get practice, practice, practice. Now, if you are serious about starting this business, I would love to meet you. And all you have to do, and what I mean by serious, on a scale of 1 to 10, answer this question yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do I need to start an Airbnb business? Not how badly do you want to, how badly do you need to? And when I say need, that means that you've defined your why. You've defined your reason for doing this. I need to spend more time with family. I need to get out of my corporate job. It's killing me. I'm probably losing years on my life because I'm so stressed. I need to have more time to go travel. I hate having to put in requests at work and always getting denied for traveling. It's these types of things that have allowed me to be able to create a life of my own. I literally have gone from 0 to 40 units in under 2 years. That's 0 to $30,000 to $35,000 of net income every single month. And the way I've done it is just by going all in with Airbnb and doing it with other people's properties. So if that sounds like you, then all you need to do is DM me either here on Facebook, or if you're watching this on another platform, go to my Instagram, DM me on Instagram at Fearless Kyle. Just say 2 words. I'm serious. All you need to say. We'll start a conversation from there. I don't want to hear anything else. We'll get into that, but just DM me and say, I'm serious. If that's you, go right now, either on Facebook or on Instagram. Facebook, you see my profile right now. Instagram, at Fearless Kyle, and say, I'm serious. And we will talk about how you can get started in this business. I hope this was helpful today, Aaron. I hope you end up watching this and got a lot out of it too. And looking forward to continuing to do this. Once again, we're going to do this every week for the foreseeable future, and just giving you free value based on the best question I can see from the group. Keep posting your questions, keep joining in on all these things, and looking forward to seeing all of your success. Have a great rest of your day.